लामा जी को 30 प्राइज मिला, लेकिन भारत रत्न नहीं मिला। भारत रत्न देना चाहिए। पहले सोच था कि भारत रत्न दे दिया तो चाइना क्या बोले, अरे भारत रत्न अपना है ना, चाइना क्या बोले, बोलने दो उसको। तो
동화될 상황성 테스트에 부여를 기면 또 시급해도 상황은 인터벌 뒤치래 인터벌들라 대ring 얘기 차라 얘기 저거 크리스 코라 아삼네데 아니 코란 이제 그전 걸로 때 노래셔 붙여라 아니 코란 게 이제 알다 디 저거 틀린데 이제 도 세나 야고 요래는 이제 한 다가나시 CCP 기지 칼로르다 against the fight and the sugar with the Koran using Alcaza. Tawa Tamba Marani train to get those with the train to Marani Togo Chamber Chapman, also in the Washington, and in contact for the shares in Shingere. Okay, so this is the late Christy.
Hi.
So, yeah, can you first introduce yourself to my audience?
Yeah, sure. So, hello guys, whoever is watching this video, my name is Krishnanga Kalita. I am from Assam. If you know, Assam is just below Arunachal Pradesh, and it is a plain area where we were Brahmaputra Pradesh. And I live in the capital city of Guwahati. And by education, I'm an engineer and a designer. And professionally, I have a startup of my own, and we are working on a low-cost digital microscopy so that remote areas can get healthcare diagnosis very fast. So that is about me. And why I'm here in this podcast, you might be thinking that कि एक engineer, designer, entrepreneur इस podcast में क्या कर रहा है? I might be engineer by education and entrepreneur by profession, but my real interest lies in history. And since my mother is a social science teacher, and from a very childhood, she has taught me the concepts of economics. She has taught me the concepts of geography, history, a lot of things. So I have this both kind of ideas about the world, the technical idea and then the other side of the world. So I'm really interested in all these things. And since the pandemic and since the Galwan Valley incident, where the Chinese forces they trespassed into India and they are still in a face off till now. It's been 3 years. So since then, I started developing interest in what the Chinese is, what is China, what is CCP, and what all these things. I went into deep into it. And before that incident, I was very pro China. Believe me or not, I was very pro China. I think Tenzin doesn't know this. I was quite pro
Yeah.
China because it was important for my startup. My startup is into technology and hardware technology. So China is the best in this world for that, right? Almost everything we might be complaining about China, but probably this webcam is made in China. So we can't help it, right? We have to be very practical about it. We have to have an open mind about it, right? So I was very pro China. I was very, I was impressed by their growth, and it is amazing the kind of money they made in these 40 years. No country in this history, human history, has ever done this. It is a fact. So I was very pro China. But then that incident in Galwan Valley, वो मेरा idea वो उसको change कर दिया. I tried to see like why did they do that? Why did they do that? And then I came to know about Tibet and Xinjiang and other areas of China where there are unrest. There are voices of separatism like Inner Mongolia, Manchuria, right? And some parts of Yunnan also. And Tibet, everybody knows about Tibet. So that is how my that's how I grew my interest. And I met Tenzing in the train, if you remember.
Yeah.
Right, he
Yeah.
was carrying dogs, and even I had a puppy, and I took the seat just because of the puppy, and I was very lucky to meet him because I have been studying about all these things, but I never had a first-hand perspective of what the victim is facing. Right, I have always read about it in the mostly YouTube videos. So it was really nice meeting him, and
Yeah, same
I
here, brother.
right. So it was an instant friendship because of the dogs and the and our against for CCP. So it was very instant.
Yeah.
So we made this plan. It was a long time, no? We were talking about this. कि ये करेंगे, ये करेंगे. That's why I came
So,
into long
yeah.
time.
Mhm. So, my other question is that, um, how well do you know about Tibetans in India? How well do you know about Tibetans in India? Tibetan, refugee Tibetan?
Right. My first visual experience of Tibetan refugees was way back in 2000, the year 2000,
Mm.
1999, 2000, when I studied in Dehradun, Uttarakhand.
Oh. Mhm.
You remember Uttarakhand, right? The capital is Dehradun, so many Tibetan refugees stays there. When I was a very small child, I didn't know about much of it. Some idea I had. My mom explained it somehow, but I was very young. I was in class 2 or 3. So that was my first time I saw Tibetan people, Tibetan monk mostly. And then my knowledge came after 2020, that incident I
Oh.
told you about. And in
Yeah,
between,
yeah.
I had no idea. I was not interested, or maybe that kind of knowledge was not available to us at that time. There was no
Mhm.
internet. No, cheap internet was not available, and books are also
Yeah,
very
yeah.
limited.
What do you think about CCP?
CCP.
Yeah.
CCP, it is very, very power hungry and does not respect anyone else other than themselves. Respect or care about anyone else other than themselves, even including the Han Chinese people,
Mhm.
who are the 90% of the Chinese population.
Yeah.
CCP, see, main problem with CCP is because is that the communist idea, and in communism, I think one of the most uh, bad thing about communism, apart from their model of economics and their model of politics, those are already bad. The world has rejected them. But another problem is the fact that they are atheist. Okay,
Mm.
even during before 6th century BC, no, before 6th century AD, when before Buddhism came to Tibet, it was
Mhm.
very kind of pagan religion and mixed religion. They prayed nature and all that. So even then, when Tibet has always been, sometimes it has been independently ruled by your own people. Sometimes it has been conquered by someone else. It's been always mixed. Okay, it's not like always it was free. Sometimes King dynasty, some dynasty, Han dynasty, or even Mongolians captured some parts of Tibet. Even Turkish people, this Central Asian from the Xinjiang region, right? They also had some conquered some areas. So that is the thing. But under CCP, this is the problem because they have totally destroyed the Buddhist culture. Even during the King dynasty, when it was under the King dynasty, I have written it somewhere. Uh,
Mhm.
it was in King dynasty long back in 7th, 8th century. It was under many dynasties. It was kind of autonomous, but still, at least they could practice their own religion and their own culture. Right? Yes, there were some problems here and there. Okay, there was not real freedom, but still, at least on a personal level, मतलब अपने आप को खुद को at least you can pray to whatever God you want. You can do whatever culture you want. You can practice freely, no problem. Even in
Yeah.
King dynasty, there was a lot of mixture of Buddhism and Taoism and other religions, right? So that was not a problem. But the main problem started when CCP came to power because they are totally atheist. They don't believe in God. So they since they want to since they want to control the population. So who is above God? There is no one above God. So they say there is no God. So if there is no God, who is there who you look up to? It's the CCP. So that is the logic. If there is no God, if there is God, then who is CCP? We can ask questions CCP, right?
Yeah.
And in Chinese history, always a revolution came through these religious people, religious monks. They have always brought revolution throughout China's history. Some dynasty fall or rise, always a monk or some religious leader is involved. So the CCP's idea is kill religion. So there is no revolt. So we are always in
True.
power.
Yes, that's so true, brother. That's so true. तो आपको क्या लगता है, मतलब इंडिया और तिब्बत बॉर्डर में ना अभी सीसीपी लोग बहुत सारा इश्यूज क्रिएट करते हैं ना, वो मतलब भविष्य में वो मतलब इंडिया को ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करेगा, ऐसा आपको क्या लगता है? मतलब सॉल्व होगा कि बॉर्डर इशू कभी सॉल्व होगा, आपके हिसाब से क्या लगता है?
इट्स नॉट अबाउट कि भविष्य में होगा, ये तो हो ही रहा है। जब से
ओके
सीसीपी पावर में आई है तब से तो वी हैव
जी
1963 1965 we had 62 65 we had war. So since
यस
CCP came, they have always been in war. And remember, Chinese Chinese civilization and Indian civilization, they were neighbors for thousands of years, 5,000, 7,000 years, millions of years. They have been neighbors, right? We have very rarely we have had wars between us. Very rarely
या
because
या
of the Himalayas.
या
Himalayas are so big, so you cannot bring horse and people and attack another country, right? And same
या
India also cannot attack China. So it is a there was no problem. But since CCP came, these problems are there. And since you asked about like these border issues, I think these border issues will continue. It will continue
ओके
because you see, border issues are very important tools, okay, to keep pressure on another country. Friendship, even from the Indian side, we always wanted friendship. See, when 1950 or 51, basically when the Chinese Revolution started, the Civil War started, it was a fight between the communist forces, CCP, which is today's CCP, and Chiang Kai-shek. They fought civil war. Chiang Kai-shek lost. They fled to Taiwan, Formosa Island, which is now called Taiwan. So from there, they claimed that entire China is ours. But Communist Party in Beijing, they said, no, we won the war, so we are real China. So that is the thing. So we always want friendship, but thing is that CCP has always been like against it. See, so when this civil war ended and CCP won, uh, India was one of the first country to recognize China, like one China, the big one. In the map you see that we were the one of the first country to recognize them. But today you see they don't recognize our sovereignty. They don't recognize Arunachal. They don't recognize Ladakh. Okay, they don't. They have problem with some parts of Sikkim also. Sikkim, which became a part of India some time back. So they have problem with Sikkim also. They even claim some parts of Nepal also. They claim some parts of Russia also. So I don't know what goes in their head. They want all the world because in
या ट्रू
in Chinese theory, in Chinese strategic thinking, from the like probably 1 to 2,000 years, many thousand years, there is a thinking that they call themselves Middle Kingdom. I don't know if you know, but Chinese people they call themselves the Middle Kingdom. And Middle Kingdom because they are in middle of heaven and hell. So they are the linking. They think themselves the linking. No, they link heaven and hell. So they link. So they feel that they should be ruling the world and
या
all these kinds of
या
nonsense. So since we want friendship, but see, they are always. If we didn't want friendship, we could have supported Taiwan. We could have said, no, this China is not real China. Taiwan, China is real China. But we didn't want enmity. Indian government always wanted friendship. Okay, Indian people are like that. The Indian people are like that. No, by nature, they
Yeah.
are like that. And your government is always an extension of you. If if your society is always like this, Middle East societies, they are against minorities and all these things. So if people are like that, government also will be like that. But in India, we are very different. We want peace. We accept everyone, right? So we accepted them. We recognize them very first time. Even in the United Nations Security Council, inclusion of the membership, we supported China. We didn't support ourselves. We supported China. We were stupid. I don't know. Jawaharlal Nehru was a stupid person. So we supported China. So we supported them so much. And now, even now, they fought us 2 times in 2 total war. And then multiple incursions, and again into 2020, again, I think few months later, again they did. So they keep doing it. So we have to fight. We can't help it.
हम्म। आपको ये मालूम होगा जब तिब्बत का आज़ादी छीना गया तब दलाई लामा जी ने यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स को मदद मांगा और उन्होंने मतलब रिस्पांस उतना अच्छा नहीं मिला उनकी तरफ से ना। इंडिया से जब मतलब मदद मांगो तो ना तो उस समय इंडिया को आज़ादी मतलब मिलके सिर्फ 1 साल ऐसा हो गया, 1 साल है ना। तो पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू जी ने ऐसा कहा कि अभी हमारा आज़ादी मिला है, मतलब जस्ट नाउ मिला है ऐसा है ना। तो हम लोग अभी इस सिचुएशन पे कुछ इंटरफियर नहीं कर सकते हैं बोल के ना, मतलब कुछ नहीं किया है। हम लोग ऐसे कहते हैं इसकी वजह से थोड़ा मतलब चाइनीज स्ट्रांग होके ना हमारा कंट्री को कब्जा हुआ। तो मतलब कुछ सालों के बाद दलाई लामा जी मतलब तिब्बत से मतलब इंडिया आना पड़ा ऐसे। तो इनके बारे में आपका क्या राय?
I'll say something. I'll say a line. एक मैं line बोलूंगा.
या
Any Tibetan people will not like it, but
या
it is in history. Okay.
हम्म
Shakti, power, Shakti, power, okay, like hard power, military power, fighting power. Shakti or Shanti, Shanti means peace. Om Shanti, peace, right? So
हम्म
Shakti and power goes together hand in hand. वो एक साथ जाता है. If you don't have Shakti, you cannot talk about Shanti because
हाँ
you may not be interested in conquering someone else. You may not be
या
interested in war. You may not be interested in taking someone's land, okay, or conquering that part of this country or that kingdom. But others are interested in you, okay.
हम्म
You, देखो अभी मैं चोरी नहीं करता हूँ किसी का घर में. क्या इसका मतलब ये है कि मैं अपना घर खोल के जाऊंगा, ताला नहीं लगाऊंगा, कोई तो आएगा ना चोरी
या
करने.
या
ऐसा
ट्रू
बात है.
ट्रू
So, so historically, Tibetan people have always been in the side of peace and
या
not concentrate much on hard power, military power, war tactics or military strength, whatever. This kind of thing, it was not a focus. So you see
यस
what has happened. क्या हो गया अभी? दोनों दो हार्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है कि नहीं? दोनों हार्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है, दोनों किडनी इंपॉर्टेंट, दोनों लंग्स इंपॉर्टेंट है. Yeah, I have 9 minutes. So I'll quickly tell what uh, what Indian government can do as of right now. Because earlier before Narendra Modi came to power, it was always Congress, and Congress has always been very scared of China. I don't know why. Most of their statements have always been, ये कर दिया तो चाइना को बुरा लगेगा, ये कर दिया तो चाइना को बुरा मत लगेगा, गुस्सा हो जाए. अरे गुस्सा होने तो तुमको क्या है, तुम अपना देखो, right? So now since these guys, so I have some hopes, and also recently the United States का जो कांग्रेस है, उन्होंने एक बिल पास किया है, टिबेटन पॉलिसी ऑन सपोर्ट. Tibetan Policy and Support Act. It was passed by the United States. So you can urge your viewers to go to the US website and search for this and see what is the US's plan to free Tibet. So they have this official plan and it is a law now. So it's a big thing. So if US is supporting you, you guys, did you know this?
Yeah.
So if
Yes,
it is
brother. Yes.
supporting you, and already India is also raising voices. So slowly and
Yeah.
slowly things will come on track. And besides that, I think I have written some points like what India can do to support you guys. Uh,
Yeah.
right now, CTA, Central Tibetan Authority or Administration, CTA, उसको
Yeah.
NGO बोलता है, लेकिन मैं बोलता हूँ कि गवर्नमेंट को उसको ऑफिशियली गवर्नमेंट इन एक्साइल डिक्लेयर कर देना चाहिए. So it will go a message to China. Okay. And also when Dalai Lama is called in some parts of India, he's always called like guest of honor or His Holiness. This term should change. He should be called leader of Tibetan people. His Holiness Dalai Lama. So if you repeat this thing again and again and again and again and again, so लोगों के दिमाग में बैठ जाएगा ना कि तिब्बत is a free country. तिब्बत अलग है, तिब्बत का लीडर अलग है, वो शी जिनपिंग नहीं है. So that is a brain game, right? So that is number two. हमारे जो स्टेट के जो लेजिस्लेटर है, स्टेट का असेंबली है, तो गवर्नमेंट का है, जिसमें बुद्धिस्ट पॉपुलेशन थोड़ा बहुत है, जैसे उत्तराखंड में है, तो वहां जाके दलाई लामा को ऑफिशियली कुछ टॉक देना चाहिए, स्पीच देना चाहिए. तो वो दे कैन डू दैट, गवर्नमेंट शुड डू दैट. भारत दलाई लामा जी को पीस प्राइज मिला, लेकिन भारत रत्न नहीं मिला. भारत रत्न देना चाहिए. पहले सोचता कि भारत रत्न दे दिया तो चाइना क्या बोले, अरे भारत रत्न अपना है ना, चाइना क्या बोले, बोलने दो उसको. तो सेकेंडली दे शुड क्रिएट अ डिपार्टमेंट फॉर टिबेटियन अफेयर्स. बीच में क्रिएट किया था, आई थिंक मेनी इयर्स बैक, फिर बंद कर दिया वो. फिर चाइना क्या बोलेगा, डर, हमेशा डरता है कांग्रेस, हमेशा डरता है चाइना. पता नहीं क्यों, पैसा खाया है या पता नहीं क्या, आई डोंट नो. सो yeah, government should also give you guys proper ID, travel passport and all these things, so that you can go to India and even to other countries. And now, a very important point before I finish up, Dalai Lama is today is 86 years old. One guy, he lives 200 years, no problem. But he is getting old. Sooner or later,
Yes.
he will
88,
die.
88 actually, brother. 88.
88. I'm very sorry. 88.
Yeah.
I read
Yeah.
somewhere.
So,
Maybe it was an old article. So he's 88 now. So one day he
yeah.
will pass away, right? And China, they are looking at him like, जब वो आंख बंद करेगा, they have this puppet Dalai Lama ready. Okay,
Yes.
they have
Yes.
Dalai Lama ready. All the media and all the articles are just ready. उन्होंने आंख बंद कर दिया, वो डिक्लेयर कर दिया कि ये अपना है. And once he is declared, so he will always speak what CCP says, right? So तुम्हारा voice तो खत्म हो गया. So that is what something you guys need to think some plan. I don't know what you think. So Dalai Lama getting old, and you all should be very careful about this point, because that is very very important. Because he, the CCP puts a puppet, it will be a very very problematic for you, because that person will die someday. You can't wait now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So that was one of my last points. Yeah. About what India can do, what you guys can do.
You know about that thing, right? His Holiness said his reincarnation will be a woman in women avatar. So His Holiness said, and reincarnation will be in India only, not in Tibet or in any Chinese land. You know about it, right?
Not specifically. Not specifically. Not that it
You
was.
don't know.
I knew that. I read somewhere that the next Dalai Lama would be in India. I didn't know it would
Yes.
be a.
Yeah. So, last question, okay, brother. Tell me how we can win our country back in your perspective.
Um, there are many ways. There are many ways you can do that. First of all, is timing. Timing is very important. Right?
Okay.
You cannot you cannot fight them when they are at their strongest. Today, China is very strong, very rich, very powerful, military, all that, this, that, everything is there. So
Yeah.
timing is very important. And secondly, awareness is important. More and more people should know. Not just people, even countries should at least know, that this is an issue. Okay. Now, officially, many countries, almost all the countries in this world, not maybe one or two, three, maybe they are exception. Almost every country in this world, they recognize one China policy, right? They don't even recognize Taiwan also. Just one or two
Mm.
countries. Forget about Tibet. Taiwan को भी recognize नहीं करते. They have their own democracy and own companies and other things also. But just two or three countries in this world they recognize them. So I don't think anybody recognized Taiwan. Tibet. I'm sorry. So it is very difficult. You have to wait for the good timing. You have to create awareness and also engage with the Indian government because India is the only country which can help you, like truly help you because US US ने अभी ये जो बिल पास किया ना, it is
Yeah.
because ये आज क्यों पास किया, पहले भी कर सकते थे, पहले भी डेमोक्रेसी खतरे में था, ह्यूमन राइट्स खतरे में था, क्यों नहीं किया? Because it was not in their interest. Today China, they see China as an enemy, so that's why
Yeah.
they got this bill because अपना interest था ना, अभी problem हो रहा है
Yes.
तो अभी पहले problem नहीं था.
Mm.
Yes, you know. So even same goes for India. I'll tell you. Maybe you don't know, or maybe you know, when CCP forces, the communist forces, the army and all, they attacked, they invaded Taiwan, sorry, Tibet. Uh, Jawaharlal Nehru took advice from the British what to do. Okay, why to take advice from them? We are already independent, like 1 year, 2 year ago. That is the Indian mindset. What I don't know what he was thinking or what weed he was smoking back then. I don't know. So ये सब गलतियां इंडिया से भी हुई है. We didn't act on time. अगर we should have acted on time, then this ये नहीं होता. और अगर ये नहीं होता तो इंडिया और ये जो border issues है ये भी नहीं होता.
सही बात. Yeah. सही बात.
Would have been a buffer. But अभी जो हो गया तो हो गया. Right. So I could say three things finally. The timing. Number one is timing is important. You have to wait for the perfect timing. Awareness, create awareness among people and also among bigger, more famous countries like Russia, whatever European countries. उसमें awareness create करो. You guys should go there, have talks, and also the number a sub point of that is also engage with India more. Indian government more, like I said no earlier. Like, अभी
Yes.
officially engage करो उनको. Put pressure on them. Give them a reason that कि मेरा इंडिपेंडेंस सपोर्ट करने से तुम्हारा फायदा होगा. अगर ये तुम उसको कन्विंस कर दिया ना तो दे विल सपोर्ट यू. तो वैसा
Yes. Yes.
पॉइंट निकालो कि ये होने से आपका ये बॉर्डर इश्यूज नहीं होगा. फॉर एग्जांपल अभी जैसे
Yeah.
अभी बॉर्डर पूरा इंडिया में ना बिकॉज Tibetan plateau they feed so many rivers of Asia and Southeast Asia, right? So many rivers and feeds. Today they have full control over that area, so they can use water politically also, and they are using it. Thailand में देखो,
Yes.
they are using water politically. They block the
Yes.
water. They say Taiwan, but Thailand को बोलते हैं give some concession, political concession, whatever. CCP they say. So these are the tools they use. So you tell them what आपका क्या फायदा होगा. मेरा फायदा होने से आपका भी फायदा है. वो point you have to get across to people. Then people will support it. And thirdly, start building a force. Start building a force, because you see,
Oh,
peace, peace is not one directional. पीस दोनों तरफ से आता है ना. तुम सिर्फ पीस पीस बोलेगा, लेकिन मैं तुमको मारना चाहता हूँ, ऐसे कैसे होगा? नहीं होगा. यू सी व्हाट हैपेंड टू दिस नेटिव अमेरिकन्स. खत्म हो गया ना वो लोग. पूरा उनका सिविलाइजेशन खत्म हो गया, पूरा कल्चर खत्म हो गया उसका. बट एटलीस्ट उनके पास तो आर्मी था, फिर भी उसके पास छोटा मोटा आर्मी था. वो लोग बो एंड एरो स्वॉर्ड यूज करते थे. यूरोपियंस हैड गन्स एंड टैंक्स और व्हाटएवर. दैट वाज not a match, but still at least they had an army. They fought. They killed some Britishers. They killed some Europeans. At least they fought. What happened to Egyptian culture? Egyptian pharaoh culture finished. Totally finished. Greek culture finished. Zoroastrianism finished. So
yes.
you may be peaceful, but you should know also how to defend yourself. You see, a good example is Myanmar. Myanmar is largely Buddhist. Okay, the main majority is Buddhist people. The border near Bangladesh and Myanmar जो border है, जो border area है ना, वहाँ पे मुस्लिम बहुत है. So these Muslims know them, they don't live in peace with anyone. So they wanted a separate country within Myanmar. So what did Myanmar Buddhists do? They didn't say peace and do all these things. They say, go send your army, finish them off, fuck them off. So you have to do it, man. You have to do it. नहीं तो तुम खत्म हो जाओगे. It's either them or you. At least you. I'm not saying that you should be very, kill this, kill him, kill her, kill them. Not that, but at least defend yourself. Know how to defend yourself. These early monks in Chinese, monks in how did Kung Fu came? How was Kung Fu, born? Because these monks, ancient China, they used to travel from one place to another, right? And that time there was no plane, there was no car, there was no safety. So you have to go through jungle, you have to go through river, so many areas. So someone attack you, for your gold or whatever. So you have to learn how to defend yourself. But these monks they are not violent. They don't go killing people without any reason. But at least they know how to defend themselves. That's how Kung Fu was born. And then Kung Fu became so popular. And then Chinese army also, kings also, they included in their army and all these things. So what I'm saying is, at least you should know how to defend yourself. You should try at least a defense force. At least a defense force trained with the Indian Army. Indian Army is so good. We taught China a lesson. Even the West is talking. Till now they are talking about it. कि अब 3 साल हो गया, अभी भी इंडिया और चाइना, मतलब पहले क्या होता था ना, चाइना दे फोर्स अस, दे शो अस लाइक बिग गाइस, अरे मार देगा तुमको. तो वी आर ऑलवेज लाइक हाँ ठीक है सॉरी सॉरी. लेकिन अभी ऐसा चेंज हो गया है. तुम Chinese, they first of all they put 20,000 soldiers. We also put 20,000 soldiers. They put 50,000. We also put 50,000. Then they put more than 1 lakh. We also matched them. Like जितना उन्होंने रखा, फिर हम लोग ने रखा है. तो वो पॉलिसी, वो पीस वाला पॉलिसी हमेशा नहीं चलता है. Like it's both ways.
Yeah, true.
Timing, engagement and awareness, engagement with the Indian government, and awareness among the world, timing, and thirdly, create a defense forces, because now if you create 2023, 2033, 2043, 45, they'll be ready to fight. At least defend their own country, their own territory. I'm not saying that you conquer all of China. Right? At least अपना तो defend करो. तो start building right now. अभी build नहीं करोगे तो क्या 2 दिन में आर्मी नहीं होता है ना?
Yeah, true, brother, true.
So these are my 3 points.
Okay, so Chris, thank you so much for joining, and thanks for sharing your valuable, and knowledge. Yeah, ni je Quran kita tuje ditwe ni je. Mani ma train la tu gela so Quran ye kong she ba na shi mi de. Anu ma ju train la tu ki se ya she ma shi chogo cha ni je ko ta khal ke da ke mi je ko la Quran knowledge pe abu da. Ni ma chi ni chela da interview du se le ni chi la du de. Ko a yin de sin je Quran ka da che gele. Ani ma ju ke de ge me para awareness yo Quran ki mangs chang na ya wo de le Quran ki she kan de she la min de. 아니 같이 아주 이슈디 에비던스 같이 막 점점은 지금 기타 아니 자가기 미만라 포도 빼다 단다부터 자가 아 자가기 미만에서 이제 별은 뭔가 요 그저 하고 말을 포도 내면도 포에다 디센디다 거기다 티베트는 이제 세퍼레이트 컨트리즈 뭐 하고 소리 가자 달원 멜리 총 내신데 제가 그 교육을 아이디어는 yeah, ani niento dawas me kesi kisu na ordena the share chiro che ani subscribe chiro che ani ngarani dos kesi shing kisu na ordena yeah ngarani yeah in future yeah if people likes our video then we can come more right
Even this is my first time doing a podcast,
yeah
and for 3 4 years I have been doing so much of study, and there was no I had no platform to let it out.
yeah
So thankfully I met you and we did this, and I'm really glad. I loved it. In fact, it was really interesting.
thank you
Yep.
yeah
Can you
thank you
translate? I can translate what you said in
yeah
Tibetan.
I just said yeah we met in train and we came to know each other and then we shared our knowledge and then I came to know that you have yeah good knowledge about Tibetan issues. Generally, Indian people they don't know about Tibet at all. So that's what I said. It was nice meeting you, and I asked for you to connect with me and talk more about Tibetan issues online, and then agreed, and we are here.
Yeah. Cool,
That's
cool.
that. Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see each other again soon.
Yeah,
Maybe next
sure, brother.
time.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Jai Shri Ram. Bye bye. Pretty bad. Yes. Thank you, brother.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.